Hey, it's Mia.
Hey, it's Kennedy.
And this is The Silver Lining with M and K.
Welcome back to our podcast.
welcome back to our podcast.
we were former low gangsters, so
we proud. That was my lock screen.
Proud Maverick, proud King Kong.
Really,
gang.
like every day.
Yeah,
but not every day, bro. Never
with
that.
the Disney Channel flow, not that.
5 million YouTube in 6 months.
Never done before.
Okay, we're not.
This is embarrassing.
It's actually just a little bit humiliating.
Just a little bit.
If you don't know some of those songs by heart,
Yeah, like that was an era for YouTube.
It was an era
when they came out with, is it called 10-10? Because you take 10% from
of
your friends.
That's also a fact. Are you mad? Just I could rap on
Because you
here.
couldn't sign the Dole.
Should we be rappers, podcasters into rappers? Question
Yeah.
mark? Sign us.
The Silver Lining with M and K. Lil Silver Lining. Lil MK.
Lil TSL. That's good.
Okay, I've been wanting to talk about this since we last recorded, and I talked to me about this, and she was like, "Wow,
because it's
it's
good. It's
profound,
good.
guys.
Hear her
ready?
out. Hear her out.
Illusions.
What that mean?
So when you think of illusions, you may think Ripley's, whatever. I don't know, like a fun house or something like that. But no, I'm talking about illusions in real life. One of those is baby fever. I think I succumb to this illusion all the time, because when I see the baby Zara clothes and the cutie baby hands,
like the little shoes
and the little shoes, my ovaries are like, wow. but I'm 17 years old, and I don't actually want to be a mother at this point in time right now.
Absolutely.
I would actually prefer not to.
So, would it ruin my life?
Yes.
Arguably.
My life plan? Yes.
Yes.
So
my plan.
yes. So that's an illusion. Another illusion is not liking to work out, because when you don't work out, you convince yourself that you don't like it, and then the second that you do, the second that those endorphins hit you mid-workout, you're like, why have I not been doing this?
Exactly. It's an illusion.
That's an illusion. Next one. Bubble of time with you and a guy. So like when nobody knows about it, when it's just like calm.
Aw, it's just you and him.
It's just you and him.
Her, question mark.
And there's,
I said or her, question mark.
Oh, yes, inclusive here. You don't like, everything's good. That's an illusion.
It's an illusion. That honeymoon
phase, illusion.
is an illusion.
Another illusion, believing that the world will fulfill you. Just saying.
That's good. This is what I'm saying. When she was like talking to me about illusions, like I was just thinking, and it just made you like, it makes
like
you
that's an illusion.
snap.
It's something that's literally not real.
It's
Snaps
not real.
for Kennedy.
Snaps
I'm
for
smart.
Kennedy. You're smart, 100%.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Oh my gosh. Trying to Riz me up on the podcast.
Riz on the
Did you know that Riz stands for charisma?
Yes. I know that because we talked to my art teacher about it.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like, do you think he has Riz? And then he was like, what does that mean?
I think he has Riz for like 40-year-old moms.
Oh my gosh. Probably. Like,
okay, let's get into today's topic. It's very what's the word? Relevant.
Prevalent.
For this week, especially. Prevalent. And that is pressure for the future.
Yes.
As juniors, this is like, it's kind of something that's looming over your head. When I think of that, I think of like you know those slam things that like at the top and then it just goes all the
Stop,
straight
because
down?
why was I
like
thinking about that?
Really?
It's
like
it's
just hanging over your head.
It's little me like this. Like imagine like, you know how the Hulk like holds a car? That's me, okay? And then imagine like a huge like 2-ton weight.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and you're just trying to survive under it. So that is our topic for today. Just pressure for the future, how to deal with it, how to move past it, how to prepare yourself, because in that pressure you still have to push through.
Yeah, you do. I think that the pressure for the future, like it's real. It's real.
Definitely.
Everybody has it. I mean, unless you don't care about your future. But if you want to be successful in your future and you're trying to do things to make that happen, to prepare now, the pressure is real. It's
even
so
if you
real.
don't want to go to college, like if you want to go like trade school or something, there's still pressure.
There's still pressure
because you have to do.
You still want to make a living for yourself. You still want to do these things. College is not the only way to go. I'm not And
it's not.
It's my plan.
Yeah.
I know it's Kennedy's plan.
Yes.
But it is not the only way to go.
What if I was like, no, it's not. I want to work at CC's Pizza.
CC's Pizza? Is that even open?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been to CC's in like...
Me either.
Wow.
That's just like the
if
first
you
thing
know
I
Hey
thought
work at CC's, by the way.
Yeah. Get your bread.
Get your bread, literally.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Okay, but I think that the most important thing about this, and this is what you should be doing first, because officer and get this award and this award, but you always know that somebody is doing
more,
that extra step. Somebody took 17 classes over the summer.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah.
And you didn't. Maybe you took 2. Maybe you took 10.
It's such a hard thing to hold on to.
It is.
To get over.
It is. And I think that this is that's the first thing that you need to make sure that what you're doing and what your plan is not being compared to, or it's not going to be the same as anybody else's.
Yes.
And you have to know that. You have to remind yourself that, or this will eat you alive.
Yes. So I actually was like struggling with this, and I was talking to my mom about it. She was like, there's always going to be things to do. Because I was thinking, like, I was looking at, and I am very involved in the school. I'm in a part of, I think, 6 clubs. It's a lot. But I still didn't feel like it was enough. And I was telling, she was like, there's always going to be things for you to do. But you have to balance and prioritize your balance. Because there is always going to be someone who is taking that extra AP.
Exactly.
But maybe that extra AP would be what throws your mental health off of a cliff. You have to think about you as a person and not just your academic self. Because if your academic self can only take so much, think about what you as a person can take.
Exactly.
And you're a person. You have a family. You may be taking care of your siblings. You may be working after school. So just keep into consideration that you're doing the best that you can. And if you're not, then it's never too late to get into things and
to start
take
trying.
APs.
Exactly.
And, you know.
And that's what I'm saying. The best that you could do that's all that it is.
Yeah.
So whenever I would maybe do bad on a test and someone did better than me. I mean, obviously I did bad, but I felt like I did the best that I could on this test. That is okay. What can I do to do better? Right. Can I take a retest? Is it progressive testing? What can I do to fix it and not just
change that result?
Exactly. Or and not just dwell like, oh, this person got a 95 and I got an 85 and what is that going to help? Nothing. Doing that is not going to help. They're not you.
Right.
And you did the best that you could, and that's that. Like,
let me say this. What you do is never going to amount to what someone else does, because again, you have to think about the person.
Yes.
But if we took away you knowing about what other people were doing, then you would never compare yourself. Ever. And this goes for comparison in every situation. If you think about yourself in like a relay race, and you're just running the track, but there's nobody else there, you're not going to compare your speed to someone else because you don't even know about it. So think about this. Ask yourself if you would be okay with your scores if you didn't know about someone else's scores. And I'm not saying to push yourself or to better yourself in competition. It can be good, but think about that and be kind to yourself, because most of the time we compare ourselves only because we see what someone else is doing.
Exactly. I want you to compare yourself to you.
Yeah.
And do not compare yourself to
compare yourself to who you were before.
Exactly.
So often, and I'm really hard on myself, so often I will not even acknowledge the accomplishments that I have. I think I have imposter syndrome, because most of the time, like, the things that I've accomplished, I'm like, that's not my own. Like, I didn't do that, and I don't feel like I did that. So compare yourself to yourself and acknowledge what you've done and how much better you've done in a subject, or how much improvement you've made on something, or how much more time you're taking to put balance into your life and you weren't doing that last year. Compare yourself in a healthy way.
Exactly. That is the most important to me. And beautifully said, by the way.
Thank you.
I feel like once you have this, or you're working on this, or you just get this down, it makes doing things and this pressure be lifted like just a little much. Yeah. The pressure's still there, yes. Yeah. But you don't you feel okay in yourself. That's what it is. You feel secure in yourself and secure in that academic world and realm of extracurriculars and SAT scores and APs and AP exams and just that whole thing. Compare yourself to you and not the person next to you.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about was that setting yourself up for like applying and pressure for the future and staying prepared is the best thing that you can do for yourself.
I agree.
Me and Mia both grinded all high school and got all of our grad recs out of the way. Took the time to make sure our GPA was good.
Right.
And now we're in a position to where there's still pressure, but it's not as much as it could be. So my biggest advice to like underclassmen, freshmen, sophomores is to take that seriously.
Please
when
take it
people
seriously.
And also take advice from upperclassmen because they were where you are.
Yeah.
Everybody has to start from somewhere. Everybody has to start from the bottom. So if they have good advice, then take it.
I agree.
Get all of your grad recs out of the way. Start in extracurriculars and clubs early. And if you didn't, then that's fine. But just make sure that you're setting yourself up in a way that you make things easier on future you. And I think that a lot of people, I know people who have to take all of their grad recs senior year because they didn't take that seriously. So to prevent yourself the headache and more pressure on the future, get everything out of the way. Prioritize, prepare, grind early so you can just chill now.
Yeah, like there's this guy and he's in night school because he's a senior and he failed like the first semester of pre-cal. And he's in night school now that he has to like do both semesters of pre-cal at the same time. Yeah. And I just feel like in that sense, I don't know what his case is, but it's always good to try to get that done before because then you're in a position where it's the last semester of your senior year and now you have this and just like a load of stuff that you have to do,
and it's so much more stressful.
It is. And by senior year you're over it, you're done. So when you're a freshman and you just come out from 8th grade, you're excited about high school, get it out of the way. Get it out the way. Take that health class, take that speech,
PE, take that fine arts,
please.
Take the speech, the health, like everything.
Take PE right now, because if you're a senior in PE, no.
I took PE my freshman year and it was a great decision. It was virtual also, so that was nice.
I just feel like also you're coming off of having to have PE in 8th grade, so just another year that's fine, but then going from like not being in PE to being in PE, I think that's just...
I also got my health credit out of the way and then my first year of language, so I was like right at the gate, like I'm getting this stuff done. But yeah, get your PE out of the way because no, like
it is.
Being a junior in PE is just like, it's not the best. It's not the best. So just take it early.
Yeah,
take everything early. So then you can chill. You can have off periods. You can have office aid. You can take easy classes senior year. Yeah, just look towards the future. Even when you're procrastinating and you're tired and stuff, just think about how future you is just going to chill.
That's what I think about. I'm just like, okay, I get this done and then it's this. And then I'll be thanking myself because like, there's a lot of things that now I can put on applications and say, oh, I've done this, and this. But during
because you put in that work.
Yeah, but during that time period, I was like...
And we're both procrastinators. We both wait till the end of time.
Okay, I don't wait till the end of time. I wait till the time before the end of time.
Okay, yeah.
So not the day before, but the day before the day before.
Yeah. We'll procrastinate, but we make it work.
I make it work.
But we're telling you not to procrastinate with your grad recs.
No. That stuff. You cannot procrastinate on. You can't make that up at the
assignments.
Last second.
Okay, you procrastinate, whatever.
That's fine. That's fine. The next thing that I want to talk about is rankings. This kind of also ties into the first thing that I was saying, but our school ranks came out.
Very relevant to this week.
It is relevant to this week. Let's talk about that a little bit. So our school doesn't, or our district actually doesn't really do rankings unless you're in the top 10%. And is this the best thing
You're more
ever?
than a number, everybody.
I'm like torn between like, oh, like we shouldn't be ranking because it hurts people and da-da-da. And also I want to know my rank. Right. Like I do want to know my rank.
I honestly don't want to know.
Really?
No. Because
you know what? That's valid.
I'm also a type of person, like I don't need to have a lot of information. I feel like I can chill with
nothing. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. like, unless I'm number 40, then I want to know my rank, obviously. But, like, if I didn't make it, then I don't want to know.
Really?
I just want to, like, get there.
I do kind of want to know, because I feel like you could be top 11% and you wouldn't know. Like,
yeah.
Imagine if you were top 11.
Right.
And I think that's the
and
thing
I think we were both
me.
very, very close to getting top 10%, and the fact that we weren't was just like, wow, okay.
I think that I'm okay with it, because there are sweats at our school, guys. There are literal sweats. Like, I promise you, like 105 grade point average. Like, that's excellent. There
are people who I just can't. Like, I truly cannot get where you are. Like, kudos to you, and
kudos
to you,
because I couldn't do it, and I
can't.
Yeah.
And we say that we are both very advanced classes, right, very like focused, very working hard people, but there are some people who just, like,
you exceed,
kill themselves, like, working, like, trying to actually, like, don't go to sleep. They, like,
4 a.m. studying, like,
and I just can't do that.
I rather go to sleep.
Yes,
I do go to sleep. I do
sleep.
Exactly. I do have balance. Like, will I get that schoolwork done? Yes, but will I just go to sleep sometimes? 100%.
And I think another thing about that is that you can be valedictorian and still get denied from places. You can be valedictorian. So prioritize knowing yourself as a person. Give yourself grace to, like, know who you are and find out who you are amongst the academic part of being a teenager. Right. Learn that part, because colleges want to know about that too. They don't want to just know what your 100-point average was, or what your GPA is, or how many APs you took, or IB classes, or 4 years of language. Like, they don't. That's great, and they look at that because that shows that you worked. But they also want to know what your hobbies are, and what activities you did, and how you helped in the community. They want to know these things. And then also, I feel like you can be doing all this, and God may already know. God may already know. God already knows what's going to, what my path is going to be like.
I had to write about this in English literally today, and it was talking about the unknown. Yeah. And it was like this essay, and it was like the unknown, whatever, like, people tend not to go to the unknown because it's like the fear of disappointment, or maybe a surprise or something, but it ends up always being enriching, or whatever they said. And my argument was I don't feel like the unknown is unknown. Like, I think that God knows. Yes. I think that it's already written. I think that all of our lives are, like, already written. Yeah,
and I say that to say that you can stress, you can go to sleep at 4 a.m., you can cry and, trying to get this grade up, and God already knows. And I feel like that's such, like, a calm thing to think about in the midst of this, in all of this pressure and all of this, just, I guess, maybe sometimes fear for the future and all of that stuff. So he already knows. He already has that figured out. You don't have to worry about that. And that kind of calms me down a little bit, because I'm like, I'm doing all this work and I already have accepted admission. I'm just kidding. But, like, he already knows.
Yeah, he already knows.
Don't fit yourself into what you aren't. Your passion will come eventually.
That's good. Because
we're talking about this, and I have known what I've wanted to be and what I wanted to do since I was very young. And that path has been a little bit different for Mia, so we're different in that regard. But people who don't know what they want to do, people who've kind of, like, mingled around, like, certain industries and certain careers in high school and taking different classes, and now they don't know where they want to apply to, and they don't know what they want to do when you grow up. That's okay.
That is okay. I was definitely that person.
Yeah, because we're applying to colleges when you're 18, you're expected to know what you want to do, and some people do, but a lot of people don't. And a lot of people, once they get to college, 22, they change. Yeah. Because 22-year-old Mia may not want what 18-year-old Mia wants. So be mindful of that too. And that's not to scare you that you're going to change what major you want and what career you want, but be mindful of other opportunities and stuff, and don't submit yourself to one thing just to feel like you're fitting into something. or have an answer when they say, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You don't always have to know.
I think that that's the biggest one for me, because people are like, oh, where do you want to go to college? Whatever. Give me your top 5. I don't have 5. Like, I don't have 5 colleges that I'm dying to go to. Like, yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm a very indecisive person. Yeah. Honestly. I didn't know what I wanted to do for so long. People used to ask me when I was like in middle school.
You used to say like 3 different things.
I used to say, what did I say? I want to be an interior because of designer. Minecraft, guys. I want to be an interior designer because of Minecraft, and I'll say it. I'll admit it.
Her Minecraft worlds were like,
they were good. Like, come join my Minecraft world for real. Yeah. I don't remember, what was the other 2 things I wanted
really
to be?
Exposing ourselves to something. I don't even care though. Exposing
ourselves. I feel so vulnerable, guys. Though. This is the real Mia.
Yeah.
Okay, Minecraft. I also wanted to be like a hairstylist. I think it's because I used to play with my dolls.
She wanted to be a judge, a lawyer, then a psychologist.
A psychiatrist.
Was it a psychiatrist? Was it forensic, or was it?
There was something forensic that I wanted to do too.
She's been in seasons, guys.
Now my 2 main professions, because I literally still can't choose. Yeah. But I'm like you working it out. I can do it all. Yeah. Psychiatrist by day, judge by night. Yeah. But the path that I'm trying to go on is that even if I finish college and I still want to change, I can. So I'm like setting myself up for that because I know who I am.
Set yourself up.
Right. So I want to be a psychiatrist, but I do want to be like kind of a family lawyer, attorney, and then potentially become a judge if I'm in that for long enough and I like it and I want to have my own courtroom. I think it'd be fun. And I visited this courtroom, and it just solidified my love for it, because I was like, this could be my room.
I feel like that every time I go into a hospital and like I put on scrubs. I feel like this is like what I'm supposed to do, and that's such a good feeling. But if you don't feel that, that's the point of this whole
if you
bit.
Don't feel that,
if you don't feel that, then that's okay, because eventually you do find it. And I've seen so many people, not until they're 30, they figure out they want to be an art teacher, and it's their favorite thing. So don't hurt yourself by submitting to or applying to something that you hate, like a job that you hate, or pressure from your parents to become something that you hate, because there will be something that you love.
Exactly. I think that the number one argument the parents say is that dad doesn't pay the bills. How many times have y'all heard that?
Yeah,
1,000 times.
Especially with like fine arts.
Yeah, like that doesn't pay the bills. That better be a hobby. That's a hobby. And I think that is something to consider. Definitely financial. You need financial stability
and to have a background.
Yeah, but also if that is something that you love and you are passionate about, and you will be happy till you're 82 years old. Or until retirement,
then do it.
Because who is anybody to tell you that that's not a career? You make it a career for you.
I also heard of this thing. I forgot what it was called, but it's like kind of streamlining your dreams. So if you want to be an artist, you become an art teacher, because there's some more stability that way. So finding something that is still a part of what you love, but just making that something where you can sustain yourself, you can have a good future, benefits, set yourself up, you know. And some people do great as musicians, and that's all they do. Some people are podcasters, like full time, and that's great, but it's also important to have a backup.
Always a backup.
NFL players too. If you are an athlete, your body is your job, but that only wears out after so long. So people who stay rich, Shaquille O'Neal, he owns franchises and businesses and stuff.
You were talking to me about this, and it actually blew my mind, because do they make millions? I mean, some of them. Some of them make millions? Yes. But you can blow that off.
You can blow it.
Like, I didn't even...
Very
you can
quickly.
Blow that off. Yeah. Especially with the lifestyle that people are living.
Right. And dining and flying and vacations.
Exactly.
And stuff.
You get hurt, and now what?
And you get dropped from your contract. There are always going to be unknowns. There are always going to be unknowns when you are, when you're in a career. But to always set yourself up. Like someone told me in the medical field to invest into a surgical center. So
invest?
Yeah.
Invest into a surgical, like, what do you mean?
Put money into a surgical center. Okay. Like putting money into a hospital. And then every time that someone goes in for surgery, you get a part of that because you're an investor.
That's low-key smart.
So I'm a doctor, but I'm also investing into a hospital. This is how people stay rich. This is not this podcast at all.
It's not.
But this is how people stay rich. Streamlines of income.
I cannot wait to just like, when I get my money up, I'm gonna get my money up. And then I'm just so excited to like put money into things and just like see it come back to me.
Yeah.
That's like gonna be the most rewarding thing ever.
Yeah. Especially with a podcast. It's something that I want to see,
do well.
Yeah.
That'll be rewarding because all the time we put into this, all the energy.
It's been a lot, and we're going to go into an episode on creating the podcast. Because it was really like an 18-month process.
No, literally. We could do a whole story time on that.
Yeah. But we're not going to
not
because
today.
This episode is pressure for the future. What's your next one?
Okay, so my next one is just about extracurriculars. Or actually, no. Let me talk about the standardized test first. Let's talk about that first. Okay, so I was a part of I did this SAT class, and it was like it cost a decent amount of money. I'll be honest, it was a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was helpful, whatever. But at the end of the day, that SAT, I do not like the SAT. I don't like it. It's not fun to me. Okay, yeah. It's not supposed to be fun to anybody, but it's not fun to me. The ACT, I haven't taken it yet, but I want to take that. But I'm just going to talk about studying, preparing for the SAT. Do people study? Do you study for the SAT? When you took the PSAT, did you study?
No.
Have you taken your SAT yet?
No.
Okay, are you going to study?
Yes. I'm planning on it, and I feel like every time it's really hard to put time away and be like, ooh, I'm going to study for the SAT now, especially when you're doing it like for yourself. Yeah. But I am planning on studying for it. I didn't study for the PSAT because I had a lot of other stuff going on, and I was like, this is one less thing to worry about. And it's not the real thing, so.
It's not. I forgot about the whole merit scholarship thing.
There is that.
I did forget about that.
There is that. So you can try for that if you want to.
Yes, if you are a sophomore, your junior year, your PSAT, you can get a scholarship.
Yeah.
For getting, I think it's like close to a perfect score on the PSAT. What is it?
15? No, it's not. You can get lower than a perfect score.
Okay, what was it? It's like the percentage.
My friend got in and it wasn't perfect.
What was it? The people that.
I don't know. I have literally.
You
no
know
idea.
What? Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this because do I know what I'm saying? Look it up. Look on Google.
Look up the National Merit Scholarship.
Yeah, I'm not Google. I guess I don't know, but I know that we could have done that. Just SAT in general. Do not compare your scores to anybody. Don't do that either. But also the scores. Just take it a bunch of times.
And you don't have to talk about your scores if you don't want to.
Don't. People always ask, what'd you get on SAT? What'd you get? Or what's your rank?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer these questions at all. These people do not.
There is no gun to your head.
There's
you are
no
not.
Gun to your head.
Your dog's not gonna die if you don't answer this question.
Sidetrack. This girl got the last top 10%.
Yeah.
And she told the whole class, you couldn't torture me to get that out of me.
The last.
She got number 62.
Oh.
Of the top 10%. She got number 62.
I don't know.
Why would you tell anybody that? The people GPA game.
Yeah.
Like the
GPA
guy that
gaming is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And like people joke about it, but like some people for real try to GPA
do that. Like this guy
could be like, hey, can I have help? They'll say no. Or like, hey, do you know what this is? No. Because I want to get a better grade on you.
It's actually D. All the answers are D. Like they just give you the wrong answers to everything. At a certain point, you can't trust people anymore. You cannot trust people.
Yeah.
Okay, but
if you told me the answer is A, I would think that.
I would trust you. I wouldn't do that.
You. Everybody trusts me.
Yeah. But the SAT, I just feel like take it a bunch of times and like get your best score. If you can get your super score in there, that would be great. Like, look at what colleges you want to go to.
Also, let me pose this. What? Some schools are test optional.
Some schools
now
are
with
test optional.
COVID, some people are test optional. So even if you don't get the greatest score, even if after you've done it for 4 times, don't sweat it.
Don't sweat it.
Because then you can take the ACT too.
Yeah, if you feel like putting that SAT score is going to help you more than it's going to hurt you, put it down.
But if it's going to hurt you more than it's going to help you, then don't put it
down.
Yeah.
Do not put that down.
But those are only for test optional schools.
Right.
Okay, another one of mine is reach out to, access the resources that you have at school. Now, I know public school does not have the greatest ones and not the most vast resources, but there are resources at schools. Your counselors, talking to them, they do this for a career, and they've seen people where you are trying to figure out, should I take this AP class? Should I take this dual credit? Should I drop this? Should I take an off period? Should I change my schedule? Should I get a schedule change? Should I drop, all of these decisions, they've been where you are. So you're not alone. Everybody goes through this. Everybody in high school goes through this, and these people are put in place to help you. So talk to them. If you have a college counselor, that's even better, because that's what they're specialized in. Right. Reach out to these people.
I know it might seem like, especially if you go to a public school, it might seem like there's 1,000 people in this school and they don't really care about you, but go in there. Because how many people are really going in there and like asking repetitive questions?
And if they are like in a meeting or something, be persistent. Don't be like, oh, well, I tried, and then never talk to them again.
No, you better go in there next
Email them, talk to them, try and figure out. Because this is you. You have to be your biggest advocate sometimes. When you have a school of 2,000 people aren't going to chase you down. It's just a fact.
They're really not. And there is some truth in the fact that there's a bunch of people in that school, but you're your biggest supporter sometimes. Yeah. Like in public school, I would agree that you have to be your biggest supporter, and you have to advocate the most for yourself.
And it's not your parents.
It's not.
No, it has to be you.
It has to be you. You have to want it for you.
And you get more respect that way too, when a teacher or a counselor sees that you're putting yourself ahead.
Like, oh, she wants it.
Yeah. Because think about this. If they get an opportunity for a scholarship or internships, who's going to be the first person that they go to? Because they know you.
They know that you've gone in there multiple times.
They know what you want to do. They know everything about you.
And honestly, you're setting yourself up.
This is the thesis of the thesis. The clear message.
The silver lining.
The silver lining, you're right.
Yeah, we actually do have a podcast.
We do have a podcast.
We are named
on a podcast. The Silver Lining with M&K, at our Instagram, at our TikTok.
At everything.
Little plug.
Okay. What was my next one? I actually don't remember. What was I? Oh, okay. This has to do with, like the whole ranking situation. Yeah. And also comparing yourself. Because there are some bitter people in this world, and so I kind of want to tell like my story. Yeah. Okay, it's not that bad, but there's a class that I have, and it is like it's a advanced class. It's a very hard AP class. I would agree. Yeah. But there's a lot of people in there, and I feel like as a black
young woman.
Okay.
That's what
as a young black woman.
So funny.
I think that there is some things that I do face in that class. Whether it's just people not really trusting me in handling some of the calculations, or just writing the short.
I think it's a huge flex when people don't think that you're smart, and then you show them that you are.
Literally,
you're smart, girl.
It just made me like actually infuriated, but I was like, you know what, that's fine, because it was like a whole like lab kind of situation, and they were just working, and I was like, okay, like, when is it my turn? And they just didn't respond to me. Like, they just act like I wasn't there. So I was like, I'm just going to work on the next problem. So I'm working on the next problem, and they're like, oh, who's going to do number 2? I'm like, I already did it. They're like, check her answers. You didn't check it when he did it.
Oh, that's so annoying.
You didn't check it when he did it. Like, it's just like, wow. And then they check my answers, and guess who was right? Guess exactly. And it just, when I got into that class,
you better show them, girl.
The first week of school, they were like, I'll bet $100 that she drops the class by next week. That's exactly what they said. Wow. And they were like all laughing, like, she's not supposed to be in this class.
In January.
Here we go. Second semester, January, 25th?
You're here.
Yeah. I'm here.
You are here.
I'm here. So in this class, when the rankings came out, everybody kind of found out in this class. And so everybody was just going like, oh, what's your rank? And it was like a whole situation. And so me and my friend were just kind of sitting there, and we're just like keeping quiet to ourselves, because neither of us really wanted to I didn't have a problem really sharing, but she specifically didn't want to share. And this guy that didn't get top 10%, he was pretty upset about it. And there's been previous incidents with him where he's been like, how did she get a better test grade than me? Like, you got a 94. Like, bro, I know I really did bad now if you did better. Like,
wow,
it's just,
okay.
I know, it's just very hurtful things, honestly. And
But that says more about him and where he feels than you.
It sounds like a little bit of insecurity.
Sounds like a you problem.
Just a little. But he was kind of just like, oh, if I didn't get it, I know they didn't get it. They didn't get it. And was just like laughing. And the whole class just kind of started laughing and was like, oh, like, I know that they didn't get it. And my teacher provokes this. Like, he actually, like, he gets in on this sometimes too, to be honest. Yeah, like, they're just always, like, really, really rude to me. And I would be lying if I said that it doesn't, like, make me feel a type of way sometimes, because I don't think that I'm stupid. But the fact that this entire classroom full of people thinks that I'm stupid, and I'm like,
but you know, that's like your origin story, because you know how like Michael Jordan didn't like get on his basketball team, and then he showed them. Honestly, like, just use that.
I have to use it. I have to use it, because I feel like this has just been something that I've like been faced with my whole life. Like when I was younger, you know, like the GT classes. Yeah. So I'm GT in math, right? And so I was in the GT classes when I was like younger, and literally this girl was like, oh, I thought you were like a filler. Because, like, okay, let's say there's 20 people, but they need 24 people in this class. There'll be 4 fillers that aren't GT, but they're in the GT class. Oh. She was like, I thought you were a filler. And I was like, why would you think that? She was like, oh, I don't know, because African-American people aren't very smart.
Wow. Okay.
Like, that was my first experience. Okay, maybe not
Being
first experience.
ignorant is not going to get you anywhere in life.
It's not. But, Kennedy, I was so confused. Like, I didn't even know. I just said nothing. I continued to be friends with her. Should have cut her off, honestly.
My gosh.
She literally said that to me, and I was just like, oh, like, okay.
What the heck?
So this is my origin story. Everybody underestimating me.
This is me as Villagin. We're not editing that out. Villagin Ords. This is her Villagin story, guys.
Villagin story.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Sorry from the bottom nowhere here. Did you see Drake's performance? I'm actually wearing a Drake shirt right now.
Okay. We can't talk about Drake. We just talked about Drake last episode. We cannot talk about Drake. Guys, we'll save the Drake.
But
we'll
y'all already know.
Drake.
Y'all already
know. Y'all know.
It's okay though. So for our closing, I wanted to talk about, what is your current food obsession?
Ooh.
If you need time to think, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Mine is omelets.
What?
Yes.
Guys, Kennedy hates eggs.
I do not like eggs at all, but if it's mixed in something, then I will eat it. And I've been like venturing out a little bit more. I'm a very picky person, but I've been venturing out, and I want to make the perfect omelet. Sorry. I want to make the perfect omelet. Like, it's just something that I want to achieve.
That's so.
But once I do it, then I'm like,
yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
7th grade, obsessed with omelets. Really? Every single day I come home from school, make an omelet. Is that nasty? Because it was 4:40 p.m. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But I did it.
Okay.
I've had so many phases with food, Kennedy.
Yeah. I'm still in my croissant phase.
Bagel phase, croissant phase.
Yeah. But bagels only from New York. You have to. They're literally
I've never
delicious.
Heard of New York bagels being good. It's just pizza, bacon, egg, and cheese.
Are you serious?
What up? What up?
Are you? No. Are
Nobody
you joking
talks about that. New York bagels?
Bagels? Mia, you've got to be kidding me.
You know what's good?
East Coast bagels? You've never heard?
Never.
You know what? It's because we live in Texas.
Waffles.
It's because we live in Texas. You've never had a New York bagel?
I've been to New York though.
Oh my god,
but
they are delicious.
Bagels
like,
were not.
If you think a bagel is good, now, wait. You know what? The next time that my dad goes back to New York, you're eating one of our bagels, because he brings bagels from home because they're so good.
Bagels back.
Yes.
Oh, they have to be good.
They are delicious, and you know what it is? People say that it's the water, like they're filtered water. You can drink tap water in New York, but you can't do it in Texas. They filter their water.
Wait, I thought you can't drink tap water. A lot of people drink. I don't drink tap.
You shouldn't.
Wait, what? Guys, don't drink tap water, I guess?
No, I guess like.
Somebody told me that I was spoiled for not drinking tap water. So I thought that this
People will say that you're spoiled for anything.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you have an air fryer? You're spoiled. Okay. It's
spoiled.
An appliance. It's like, okay, like, what do you want me to say?
She said it's an appliance.
What's your current food obsession?
Oh, right, guys. Okay, honestly. Okay, let's just say my like all-time ones, because These are just ones that I still have, and it's not because I don't think I'm in a phase right now. I'm in my not eating phase.
Mia.
So, I feel like you're my mom, and I just said something I wasn't supposed to. Like, Mia, come here, right?
Be saying that, Mia.
Right now. Okay, no, popcorn. I loved that since I was born. Too. Popcorn for roll-ups. I could eat them all day, honestly. Cinnamon rolls, they hit. Cinnamon rolls are so good. And just a cereal, like it fluctuates. That was a word. Okay, Frosted Flakes,
vocab,
Loops,
Cinnamon Toast
Lucky
Crunch.
Charms. No, I've never been a Cinnamon Toast Crunch girl. I had it the first time I had it was last year.
And you had a phase with that though.
I did. You're right. I did have I've had so many phases. Okay, guys, that's my thing. I'll shut up. I'll stop talking.
Okay, podcast over. Me.
Podcast over.
Guys, go follow at the Silver Lining with M and K on our Instagram. We are on over 25 listening platforms, so wherever you listen, there's no excuse at this point.
There's no excuse.
Rate our podcast a 5. If you're not going to rate it a 5, then don't rate it.
Rate it at all. Actually, you can leave a review too.
You can leave a review, nice. But only if it's good.
Only if it's good. You can compliment me only though.
Oh, okay.
Just Mia is just so funny. She's so cool. I just love her voice.
Mia talks so much. Leave us a review. Follow our Instagram. Follow all of our socials. In our Instagram, there's a link tree where you can find us literally everywhere. We're also going to start doing video podcasts where you can find us on our YouTube. A lot of fun stuff happening, you guys. And we're going to have a couple guests soon, too. So stay tuned for that.
We are. I'm very excited about that. Stay tuned, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.